Hey everybody, David Henry here from Learn Stage Lighting, and in this video I want to share with you how to set up the LightShark console to do some basic band lighting. And so when we're working with band lighting, and in front of me here I've got an LS1 console, but you could be using an LS Core with their MIDI controller, with the MIDI controller plugged in. You could be using, anything else new they come up with in the future, because the software is all the same. And so I've got an LS1 here, and I've got a basic little band stage here. Actually, I could light up my lights here to show it to you. I've got a basic band stage here, and I've gone ahead in my show file. I've patched everything in, and I've created some palettes for pan tilt, for my colors, for my gobos, etc. A lot of those palettes are generated by the console itself. So now I want to go ahead and begin laying things out for a band lighting show. And when you're lighting for a band, the first question you need to ask is this pre-programmed, or is this something where I'm going to run things live and on the fly? Or am I going to do a little bit of a hybrid approach? Okay. So for example, say you want to just go ahead and you want to pre-program each song out. Maybe you've got, 10 cues in a song. Maybe you've got 5, maybe you've got 3, maybe you've got 1 cue in a song. It doesn't really matter. You can literally go ahead and just, go and set up some different scenes here. So maybe this is how we start. Maybe I'll do this here. Select all my lights, turn them all blue. Awesome, good to go. And, that can be my first scene. So I'll press record, press the fader. I can press the number on the LS1 if I have that. Awesome. And so now I can go ahead and, go to my next cue. So maybe I just take the front light and I turn it white maybe. Oh, that's not the front light. Turn that back to blue. Just the front light here, and give it a nice color here. Maybe we give it a white, and maybe we actually go ahead and set the zoom wider so we can see the band members a little bit. Awesome. And then we're going to go ahead and set these back bars, the top row, to red. Okay, so maybe that's your first scene, your second rather, your first part of the song. Record that. Oops. Right there. Awesome. And then you go on and you record all of your songs. And so that's the simplest method. Now once I press clear in the LightShark, I can go ahead, I can bring the fader up, and I'm able to go through my 2 different cues. Now there's no time on them right now, but I can easily remedy that by going, oops, not there, but to the cue list view, pressing the cue list, and then I can go ahead and set a fade time on it. Whoop, right here. Set a crossfade time. So maybe I just want, a 1 second fade. Both of those. Oops. Type in 1 second, very important. And then we're going to see that fade time happen as I press the button and press it again there. Awesome. So that's one option. You can go out, for band lighting, and you can literally go ahead and program out, every single cue that you've got for each song. And so this could be, a song called, say it's called Alone. That sounds lonely, but maybe it's not. And, that could be your first song. You go ahead, you program that out. You're always going to want to remember, this is a really good tip, that for the first song in every, or the first lighting look rather in every song, you're going to want to make sure you just go ahead and touch everything. So you could go in here, and just make sure that you grab every single light, you give it intensity, you give it position if it's got it, you give it beam, you give it gobo, you give it color. If you've got any of that stuff in that first cue, you make sure you put that in there. And so it'll kind of knock out anything from a previous cue list. So you program out your first song, then you select your lights, you change some attributes, you get ready to program your second song, you program a cue list for your second song, and on and on and on. And the great thing about this is, every night you get the same lighting show, and you're able to, move these around on the LightShark. you can literally, click this one, move, and maybe it's song 7 tonight. You're able to move those around with ease and be able to play that back. But, chances are, and I'm just going to move it back to where it was, chances are, you may want to have a little bit more flexibility. You may not want to be stuck to, the rigorous or the rigid, cues that you program, just that it goes from here to here to here. You might want to have some freedom to do things live and on the fly. And, that's okay. The LightShark totally allows you to do that. So maybe you go ahead and, for example, you create, a fader that makes everything strobe. So we grab all these lights here, go here to intensity. We get some kind of strobe going. We'll need to do it individually to see the settings for each fixture. So we've got a strobe there. Turn it white. We will go ahead and make sure we also set the zoom the way we want it. In this case, I'm going to set it narrow so it's easy to see them. Now, set that strobe. Awesome. Good random burst. Get these other lights. Maybe I want to have this on a fader, the ability to, have all my lights all open and strobing all at once. Let's go find a strobe that I like. Oh, where is a good random strobe? There, that's not bad. Go to color here. Go ahead and make it white. Awesome. And I'm going to grab these guys again. Same deal. Go find the strobe. Well, get that going with everything. Set the color to white. My palette's here. Awesome. Record that. Maybe I put that on fader 10. That's a good place for a cue like this. Press clear so you don't accidentally hit it. Then I'm just going to press the 0 here and go into the settings and make the fader control LTP channels. So now, as we bring it up, we get more or less strobe. And so literally, you can hit the flash button, you can bring this up, and you get that full open and strobe. Sometimes I even like to add a little movement to that. And you can do this with a lot of things. In fact, let me hop over to my punt page. I'm going to load it here. So now I'm going ahead and I'm just going to, bring up my first 4 faders here, which have my intensities. And in this example, this is a complete punt page, pretty basic one, but one that works well. So you can literally go in here and, set up all of your different lights. Make sure I got all of them here. Yep. There's the last one. Set up all of your lights in here and really be able to then have control of all the different parameters that each light has. So in this example, I just set, everything to red, or maybe I'll turn that off. And then I can go and set each individual group of lights in here to a different color that I want. Can pop in a gobo. Maybe I like that one. I can move them around, etc. Running things totally live and on the fly. And so this is the other way that I really like to set up band lighting, especially in the LightShark, is you have this screen of executor buttons, so you can put whatever kind of cues you want on these, and then you just press them on the touch screen or with your mouse, and they go. Then, on the faders here at the bottom, I like to reserve the first few of them for my intensities. And so here we've got, the front light, and then we've got these guys in the back, the spots in the back, and then these 2 layers of wash fixtures. So we can turn all that on, but we have control over it. Then after that, we have a nice intensity effect. And as we bring the fader up and down, you notice that the size and speed changes. So the amount of the effect changes with how much we bring this up. And we can bring up some of the faders to cancel out this effect as we work. And then last, after that, actually, I'll keep my intensities up. Then we've got a pan effect. So this is a movement on the side-to-side movement of our moving heads. And we've got a tilt. This is just one way to set things up, but I wanted to show this to you. And if we combine the pan and the tilt, we get a really nice movement look. We can make it so here the tilt's up high and the pan is pretty low. We can switch it the other way and we get yet another look. And then last, I've got some faders that control the zoom of these lights. So as I bring that fader down or up, I get different looks of zoom. I can leave it in the middle and get kind of a balanced look and really create a lot of cool stuff. So I hope this inspires you to create great band lighting. And if it does, and if you're getting, started with the LightShark or you want to learn more, I want to send you some free videos from inside of Learn Stage Lighting Labs. That's my membership community where you can learn some more about how to use the LightShark effects engine, how to update your cues and edit them. And also, I might send over a surprise thing or two. So be on the lookout for that. Also, don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube so that you don't miss a video from Learn Stage Lighting. And then I'll see you in our next video here. Thanks.